Hi, it's Hazel. Welcome to my channel, Hazel Anaka Design. Before we begin, let me first thank you for being here, whether you're new or returning. I very much appreciate your presence. Now, I wanted to do something today, and the best way to figure it out, glue, is to make a little prototype. Now, and I don't even know what these things are called, so I think the video title will reflect that. Anyway, I just cut out, and again, this is my first attempt at this. I had some really nice paper that I wanted to use on this technique, but of course I didn't want to blunder through and make the, go right into the good paper. So this is just a couple of rows, 4 squares wide, off a calendar page. So this thing, and I'm sure you've seen this before, if you haven't, prepare to be amazed, ends up turning into a little tiny book, like so. Now, those lines, of course, emphasize the fact that my folds aren't really in the greatest spot, so we're not going to be using paper like that. However, this did remind me of the steps involved, so we'll put that aside. Now, this is, I bought a pad of this placemat paper, kind of, fair to middling in weight. Typically, I don't really care so much for the color combinations, and I considered cutting off the border. And you know what? Maybe I just quickly should do that. I forgot that I had a plan in mind for this, if it works. So essentially, I want to do this in front of you so you see the folding, and then I will show you another piece of paper that I thought I would try, and then finally the oh, it's dark here. I should have turned on some more light. Ugh, I just veered. Can you see that I veered? Now this, no matter, excuse me, no matter who I've seen make this idea, it never is totally perfect because, of course, there are those folds. And we have all folded enough stuff to know that, there's some built-in challenges. Not roadblocks, but challenges. Sometimes the thing that we're cutting is not perfectly square and true and plumb to begin with. Sometimes our measuring leaves a bit to be desired. Our folding and our creasing maybe isn't perfect. That's just to start. Okay, so basically you want a rectangular piece of paper. It doesn't matter on the size. If you're curious, I'll tell you this one's 15 by 10 roughly. So you want to fold it lengthwise. Now, I think this is probably one of those cases where the lighter the paper, the more likely the folds will work out better. Because, of course, as you add bulk, you add problems. So then take it open it up, go in the opposite direction, and fold it in half again. And then, okay, so you can see we just have crisscross. So then what you want to do is take each half and fold it to that line, to that center line. And same thing here. Now, maybe for visibility's sake, let me just run over this with some sort of a brush here. A brush with some ink on it would have helped. So just so you get a feel for where these folds are. Yikes, that's pretty. I don't even know if that's helping you any. Maybe I should try another one. That's got a bit more juice in it. Okay, so at least you can see the folds. So when you have it opened up, what you want to do, I'll just move my little plastic thing out of the way. Like the little prototype, you want to cut the two. Now, that's not looking that good to you probably because this was one of the ones I boo-booed, and there's actually Scotch tape holding that together. But you want to cut from that fold to that fold. So, you know, rather than trying to get in there with a pair of scissors, I'm going to use a ruler and, whoops, and a knife. And again, you know, this is kind of one of those times when a wee bit of precision, should have washed my hands, where a wee bit of precision will help the cause. Okay, so I'm lining that up. Oh, I said I was going to turn some light on. That would help. I don't know why I only realize it's too dark after I've begun taping. And it didn't suddenly get dark. It was dark. Okay, so, I see. So I'm starting at that point, and I'm cutting to that point. Oh, again, the one that was further away from where I was looking, I went a little beyond. I wonder, maybe maybe I'll just put a teeny tiny little patch of Scotch tape. I want to reinforce it a bit, but I don't want to make it tougher to fold. This was, it keeps wanting to steal the show here. This is an old page, and I cut the white border off, a page out of one of those Walter Foster books. So let's put it out of sight because it keeps wanting to steal the show here. That was the one I was going to try next. That one will be interesting because it's got something on the backside. If my theory is right, and if my prototype is right, it's not going to matter if there's something on the backside or not because it won't be visible. Okay, so now what? So basically, you kind of, you know, get it like this, then you fold it over. Now, of course, some of these folds are kind of going opposite of the way they were folded before. But, I gotta say, that doesn't look too bad. I'm just sort of folding and creasing because now we know, excuse me, now we know how we want these things to actually fold. Is that what we wanted though? guess it is. Surprise! Yeah, somehow I thought it was going to be different. Ay, ay, ay. So, of course, this, if we have it this way, we've got the two closed panels, and we've got these two open ones. So, of course, it doesn't take a genius to think, oh, hey, pockets. Now you can see that there may be a wee bit of something that needs a little trim there, or strategic decoration, as I like to say. So we have a little bit of buckling there, but again, pretty hard to do this without doing that. So that essentially is it in a nutshell. So at this point, a person would, glue this however you want to. So if I wanted this to be a side loading pocket, then I would glue here. If I didn't want a pocket, I would begin gluing there and go all the way along. If I suppose I didn't want those to be pockets, I could probably glue that shut as well, right there. I think, though, excuse me, that it might be a good idea to leave those two as they are. Again, wonder if there's some way of, maybe if I cheat a bit on this fold, it will lie a bit better. Yes. And that really isn't visible. Okay, so just for the heck of it, I will do my two divots. If I do them together, they will be positioned the same. Whether that's centered or not remains to be seen, but at least they'll be the same. Yay. So then, of course, you proceed to decorate however you want. So that, we'll leave this alone because let's try something else. So let's do this butterfly one and see how that is going to look when you have a very definite directional pattern. I mean, something like this, there's no up, there's no down, there's no sideways. It doesn't matter. It's going to be good no matter what. So I see when I did that fold, anyway, let's not look that closely because we know we're not looking for perfection. My goodness knows, you're not going to find it here, even if that was your goal. Oh, see, I see that this paper is not... Oh, and it's kind of cracking also, which is the... it is marginally thicker than that blue patterned one. We'll see how bad that may or may not look once all the folds are done. I hope you are well. This is Remembrance Day evening as I'm doing this. I hope that everyone took, and not that we have to wait for a special hour on a special day, I hope that everyone took a moment to remember and say a prayer of thanks to those people who have dedicated their lives to keeping the rest of us safe. I remember when I was first elected to public office, I, of course, was invited to, I better darken this again so you can see something. I was invited to lay a wreath on behalf of the municipality I represented as well as give a speech. And so right about that time, my son, you know, and of course there's nothing, it's different, of course. Men and women are, at least in that realm, considered equal. He was right at the age where, had Canada been at war, or had he been of the mindset that he wanted to join the military, he could have easily have been drafted or joined. And, you know, again, as a parent, you never want to stand in the way of your kids, you know, presumably well thought out decisions and so on. But on the other hand, nor do you want to see them in harm's way. So I kind of referenced that in my speech because, man alive, I could feel for those mothers, or at least I could put myself in the shoes of those mothers who, you know, had. I sure wonder if I'm doing this right. Like, you know what? Maybe I'm not even folding this right. I think this is how it's supposed to be. Yeah, this is oh my goodness. Okay, throw that one aside. Let's do this one probably. I'm thinking, so why did I need this cut here? Oh, if nothing has really, this is what you need. You need something that looks like this, and then you fold it. Good thing I didn't glue anything. Boy, sometimes more luck than brains around here. So then you have something that actually, oh my goodness, that's got to be a first. Well, then again, maybe not. Okay, so we've got a page 1, a page 2, a page 3, which is going to be a pocket. 3, okay, what did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I really feel bad if you, well, you wouldn't hear this, of course, but I really feel bad if you would have stopped the video after that first fold. Yep, got it. Off to do my own. So, okay, let's do this again and pretend we know what we're doing. So you're essentially taking this thing by its wings here, and you're making something like this. So you've got this gaping hole, this mouth, and you're bringing it together, and then you're folding. Now, this. And I think you kind of get a feel for where you're getting less resistance. So let's do a little more creasing here. And now we have a bona fide little book. And oh, isn't it beautiful with these images? Too bad that isn't the cover. That could be the cover. Now I have a little bit of something here. Let's see if I can. I'm going to keep creasing these pages till they crumble in my hands. So this may be one of those papers that will need some reinforcing on the seams because it is old. Okay, so now in this case, my openings are at the bottom because I flipped it over because I wanted those flowers on top. So that means that this would have to be glued shut. that becomes well, I guess I want it to be a pocket. Okay, so that. Now this could be glued. Well, why don't I just glue some stuff and then you don't have to imagine. So I wonder, maybe I'll leave any potential trimming for after the fact, after it's glued. Okay, so this will be the cover. I will glue a bit here. And again, you can see that that is not perfect. We're not going to worry about that just yet. Okay, that's closed at the bottom. This needs to be closed. Sorry. And if this video isn't proof positive that making a few prototypes before you're using your most special ever paper, then I don't know what is. Okay, so that will be a top pocket. This could be, that could be a top pocket. So let's glue this bottom closed. Now, of course, if these folds are not exactly good, the gluing is going to make this slightly worse because there will be no more give. So, let us glue this one closed. Cover the glue, cut the divots, and be grateful that it worked. Ay, ay, ay. And again, of course, the size of the finished product will change depending on the size of your original piece of paper. Now we've got some little bulging going on there. I think now I'll try to do a bit of shaving. And again, you know, don't want to get too anal about this because a person could also, oh, I could put a divot in there too. I could also, you know, ink it or whatever. Okay, so this one, what happened here? Get a divot here. And then the back one. This one is probably the most uncooperative panel here, but it's still darn cute. Now, because this wants to spring open, you know, a person could put a little string around it or something. Yeah, this last one is... Let me see if I can contort this over a bit. When I didn't know what I was doing, I probably made it worse. Anyway, this guy needs a string. What can I say? And a weight. Okay. I won't bother doing it in front of you because it's kind of too big for my to be in shot, but I'll show you the paper that I'll show you what got me started on this whole idea in the first place. Let me just gather up these. Got these new nails and can't do a damn thing. Okay. I will show you. This is the paper I had in mind. This is the back side. You can see I sort of, buffed up my my folds. It's tactile. This is raised. I suppose, since I have it folded, I could do the cut. What the heck? You guys can watch me do that. I need a longer ruler here, though. And if you can't see, well, I'm afraid I can't do anything about that because as it is, I have nowhere to work here. So I'm going to throw some stuff around. Maybe I should stand also. Okay, I want to try to be as accurate as I can here. Probably should have broken off the knife to get a new section. Didn't cut through there. Okay, that's good there. Oh, I kind of veered off the fold here. Let's hope that's not a deal breaker. Okay, so which way should we fold it this time? So I'm going to grab these two ends. Got that gaping mouth there. Oh, you know what? Well, I was going to say maybe I should refold everything, but you can see the bigger it is, the more unwieldy it is. Oops, this guy turned under. Okay, let's just reinforce some of these folds. And, okay, as we've seen with all these examples, it doesn't matter what is on the other side because it is not going to be visible. This actually, okay, so weight-wise, this is, I've had this paper forever and a day. It's just part of a piece. It was billed as a sheet of, handmade, blah, 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 gift wrap. So I've just used a fraction of it here. And it was on a roll, so that's kind of why you see those. I wonder, it probably is just asking for trouble to do any gluing on the inside here. Or this would not be the one to try to experiment with. Okay, I'm not going to glue or... See, and another thing, a person... Oh, I would cut through that. You can't do a random cut to straighten edges because you'd open everything up. So, not a good idea. I'm going to probably just put this under some weights, let it really flatten and settle down, and then worry about trimming what needs to be trimmed. And let's just, for the heck of it, go back to the prototype. Let's use the snowy side as our good side, rather than those lines that will be crooked. So again, we're grabbing it, we're grabbing it from the side, and we're making that open mouth. Let me just reinforce these things. Some of these things have not been probably folded in that direction before. Okay, so that, no, I'm doing it wrong again. This is how it goes. Boy, that's lousy. Why is this so bad? Were my initial folds? How many pieces? I need 8. Okay, so let's do this quick like. Fold it, burnish. I wanted to see on this little guy if I glued on the inside, if that would give sort of a more polished finish, more polished look to the final product. I'll cut on this side because I don't want those lines to interfere. Might not hurt to darken this though. Oh, I'm making these marks on the pen, on the good side. Note to self, don't do that. So this little doohickey is the sort of thing that should go into your prototype or sample booklet or binder or system or whatever you. It almost feels like to bend it outward. Considering how tiny this is, it sure is kind of distorted. Let's put a little F here for front. So if I wanted to experiment with gluing inside, I would put a little teeny, well, not so teeny, little bit of glue there. Then that is that. And then I could put a little, I'm kind of doing 2 strips here because there are 2 pieces coming together. You know what? I think that made a difference. Doesn't look so hot from this side, though. We're going to decorate our little hearts out here. That does seem to stabilize it a bit or something. Now, if I had my teeny tiny, I'll be back in 1 second. Maybe more than a second. Oh, I thought I had a smaller one than this. I have a 5/8 somewhere. Is this it? This is a 1 inch. Let's use this. Okay. So we have that's sealed. That will be sealed. So then this becomes the teeny tiny, itsy bitsy teeny weeny. This is open at the top. This one is open at the edge, so that, again, these don't all have to be pockets, but why not? And this last one is open at the top, so we'll put a teeny weeny little thing there. And just to finish this off, let's finish the gluing. So maybe what I'll do, okay, what did I do so far? I didn't glue this one. Where did I stick my other, oh, here they are. This one, oh, none of them are glued. Or did I glue this one? Good memory, just short. Okay, the butterfly one is glued, this one is not. So I will, geez, this is ready to drip. I will try the gluing on the blue one. Just to see how, if this works in that situation as well. Holy cow, this is so small. And that glue, I don't know why it wants to dribble out of there. If that works on the larger scale, then clearly that will make for a nicer finished product. And this one is open at the bottom, so we have to close that. And cover up this glue. I don't know what's going on with it, but okay, so imagine. Open, 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 open. And I think some of that waviness would go away if it was, excuse me, under some weight. So I'm going to put it under my cutting mat here. Anyway, that's what I, excuse me, that's what I wanted to show you today. So, Just fold it the right way. That's all I can say. Through clenched teeth. Fold it the right way. Yeah. I think they all have promise. They're quite different, but they all, look at this. Okay, I said I was going to flatten this, didn't I? Anyway, I'm going to let you go. Go and make some of these. I don't know what they're called, but hey, now you know how to do it correctly. Thanks, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.